Good morning, everyone. I'm glad y'all made it over here. Yesterday was a long day of staff development from day one. This is day 2. And just a brief overview, we're going to be doing Google Classroom, and we're all going to get on Google Teachers 101. It's one that I've made as a example so that we can all go through it today before y'all get to make your own. Yesterday we just went over the faculty handbook, the student handbook, and there's going to be a lot of new policy changes. We're trying to turn over the district to more technology and being interactive with the kids and using technology a lot more. And one of those new things that we've been doing over the past years gradually is using Google apps a lot more. There's a lot of things that are on Google Drive, and now this is another thing. For a lot of you older teachers, this is not meant to be a headache or be harder. This is something to make your life easier. And today I'm going to show y'all how it's going to make your life easier. There's a lot of really neat features in Google Classroom that I'm hoping you enjoy and aren't scared or annoyed by this. It's going to be a great thing. So first, I'm glad all of y'all brought your laptops with you, and if you have something to take notes on, you can take notes too. And I've provided you with a handout that kind of outlines what we're going to get done today, and you can take it back with you so whenever you're working on your own in your classroom later. So go ahead and get on Google Classroom. And when you log on with your Google account, which is your school email with all of our Google Drive stuff, it should automatically be when you type in Google Classroom, this should come up. So I'll give you a few seconds. I've scrolled down a little bit, and there's a class code, and you enter this code so that anyone can join. So whenever it's the first few days of school, you're going to have them for all the courses you teach, or even sections if you want to divide it by sections, if you teach different things in different sections of the day. So this particular course, that is the code TI70BIG, and you can put it in your syllabus. If you want to have a paper syllabus too, you can have this code in there for the kids to all join the class on the first day and get them started with this. So make sure all of y'all join the class. And I'm going to go over a few features of Google Classroom. Like I said earlier, we're really trying to, everybody's going to be using this year. It's going to make your life easier. And there's lots of really neat features. Later on, you're going to get to set up your own classroom, but right now we're doing mine. You can see right in the middle, what is one expected outcome from today's training? And so whenever you click on it, click on add a comment. If you're the student and I'm the teacher, whenever you submit it, now I want all of y'all to submit it. Whenever you submit it, it's going to come on this. So this is what I'm seeing. And it'll show how many are done. And it says whenever you go to add it, and in a minute I'll do the add feature and show y'all how y'all add these. You put the due date. So in your syllabus, if you say when things are due, each week we're going to have a discussion question. You can have the due date so they have all week to get it done. You can have it every day. As of right now, this is what's due. And you're going to submit it, and like I said, you can open up and it's going to show all the students' names and what their answers were. So I clicked on it. These are some of y'all's answers. Learn how to use Google Classroom, to be able to use Google Classroom, become more familiar with Google Classroom, learn more about. So it doesn't have to be lengthy. This is just something to start discussion. You can do it when you come into class, kind of as a starter and a warm-up. If you have technology available in your classroom, which we're gearing towards that this year, in the next few years, everybody should be have iPads or laptops available for their classroom, or they can even use this from their phones if you want to interact with phones in the classroom. So like I said, you can come in and grade them. Whenever you set up your question, you also set up its point value. And so whenever I click on it, you click up here and it's going to return the answer, and it's going to email and tell them what your grade was. And then they can also put a reply and stuff, and it sends an email directly to them whenever you do the grading. You can sort these however you want. Last name, first name, if you do it last name. Right now, it automatically does it as when they're submitting it and their status. But you can do it by last name, and it's easier to put in the grade book. So we go back to our home page. Our stream is what it's going to be called. Over here, if you look at this plus sign, there's the create the question, which was the post. Like I said, you could use for a warm-up. There's a create assignment, create announcement, and it was under that add sign. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you how to create a post real quick, since y'all just posted a question. And our question for today is going to be, what is your favorite part about staff development? And I hope my name is included in your answers. Okay. So, you can put your due date. You can have a date and time. It automatically said tomorrow. We're going to make it due today. And you can even have a time. If you want to say it's due tomorrow by the beginning of class, and class starts at 2:05, you can have it due tomorrow by 2:05, and then it will shut off availability at that time. If you wanted to have a multiple choice, you could also have a multiple choice if it was a question that needed multiple choice. This is really a good tool, like I said, to use when the kids come in to get them thinking about the lesson. Students can reply to each other's comments. Students can edit answers. This is mainly going to stay off. Just whenever they submit it, they've submitted it, and they can't change it. If you look down here, just like using Google Gmail, you can add an attachment, a Google folder, you can have a YouTube, a link. You also are going to have with this class is a folder in your Google Drive that's going to be labeled whatever your class is. And for this purpose, it's going to be Google Teachers 101. And we'll see that happen again in a minute. So if you teach Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Algebra 3, or if you want to call them first period Algebra 1, you'll have separate folders for all those courses whenever kids are going to submit assignments. And that's what this is down here. And so I put ask. So that's an example of the creating a question. The next thing we're going to look at is, and over here it does have all the assignments and when they're due. The next thing we're going to look at is farther down our stream is what is one expected outcome of today's training. And it's just another example if you have, and that's due on a different day. So you could have discussions for every week already posted for every class day. They can go ahead and look ahead to know what's expected of them in class that week. That's just creating objectives for students, knowing their expectations. They understand what they need to learn that day. And that's one of the big parts this year of our, of all of our curriculum changes and different expectations in the classroom. So the next thing you're going to look at down here is an assignment. And this assignment's been posted, and y'all are going to make a quick time video just quickly introducing yourself in under a minute. So if you click on this assignment, this is also under your Google Drive folder, so if you're not in Google Classroom, you can still collect all these. And as these are done, once again, when I created that assignment, I put how many points it's worth, and as you're grading it, it sends the student and returns theirs to them on their grade. And so whenever you go to click on it, it's fixing to show you you're in that Google Drive, and then you watch the videos. So if you're incorporating videos into your classroom, into your assignments, it's a quick, easy way for kids to get their assignments into you, and it's not such a hassle and separate emails. It's all on one page, one interactive app in Google Classroom. So, I mean, I can play it. She's just introducing herself. Y'all, Susie's already submitted that. So back over here, so now we created an assignment, we created a question to post, kind of like a discussion board. And still the announcements, if you want to create an announcement for your class, it's the same thing, and it'll be on your stream. This is a stream. Students are used to this just like social media. It's a page they're going to check in frequently with, and the app is directly connected to their phones too, just like Google Drive. At home, at any time when you post something new, it'll give them a notification. So just like an announcement, our test is tomorrow. Reminding them. Right now, a lot of us use different apps like Remind 101, Selly. There's different things to send out things to parents and kids. This is also a pretty neat thing that parents can even add this code if they want to be able to look and see what's expected of their students and what grades they're making. I mean, it's posted on our gradebook online, but you can use the code if they want to share their Google Mail with you too. Okay, so I've showed you all a few things, and I know you're really eager, but right now you're going to go in and create your own. And you can customize it and put a different theme and photo in the background. And because I know you're getting bored with doing my little exercises, so at this time we're going to go ahead and create just one of your class periods in Google Classrooms. And then after we're done doing that, you'll have time in your classroom before the next workshop to start adding some of your other sections and get your first day of school stuff done. And we'll go through that, and it's going to be under your About and Connect Your Syllabus and different information about your course for your students.